There are moments in leadership that knock the wind out of you. The late delivery that ruins service, the team conflict that explodes mid-shift, the review that hits just when you thought things were turning around. Those are the moments that make you question everything. When your stomach drops, your heart's racing, and you can feel the panic sitting in your chest. You tell yourself, stay calm, you've got this, but your brain has other ideas. It starts replaying everything that went wrong, every decision that you could have made differently, every what if that could make things worse. If you've ever sat there mid-crisis, post-crisis, or wide awake at 2 in the morning, wondering how to get your head to stop spiraling, this video is for you. Welcome to the Lead Well channel, where we explore the inner worlds of leadership, well-being, and what it means to build a business that doesn't break you. My name is Trevor. I run a multi-award-winning restaurant and cocktail bar, and I also coach other hospitality owners and leaders, but it wasn't always like this. For a long time, I didn't know how to switch off. I didn't know how to stop overthinking. I'd lie in bed, running through everything that might collapse the next day. My mind wouldn't rest, even when my body was desperate for it. And when things went wrong, that overthinking became overwhelming. The problem would happen and my brain would explode with catastrophes. What if this ruins everything? What if the staff quit? What if the customers never come back? At my lowest, I thought I was alone in it, that no one could understand, that somehow I was the only one not strong enough to handle it. But what I've learned since then, and what I want to show you in this video, is that I wasn't broken. I was just trying to carry too much in my head without structure to help me put things down. Today, I want to walk you through the exact crisis recovery plan that helped me turn panic into a plan. It's a simple document, 7 steps, but it completely changed how I respond when things go wrong. I'll also show you how to use it at different points. So we're going to go through mid-shift, when you need to regain control fast, late at night when you can't switch your brain off, and after the dust settles when you need to learn and move forward. And we'll look at how this connects with another tool that I use every month, the monthly reflection and wins log. You can move from crisis recovery to real lasting resilience using these documents. Before we get into that, if you're constantly reacting to problems instead of recovering from them, that's not leadership, that's survival. My business and wellness quiz helps you see where your pressure points are and what kind of support or structure will help you lead with more calm and clarity. You can take it for free, and the link's below, because you carry a lot and you deserve the tools and the support to carry it well. When things go wrong, your brain does something predictable, but very unhelpful. It tries to fix everything instantly. That's not logic, that's survival instinct. Your fight or flight system kicks in and suddenly you're reacting instead of thinking. You might start sending rushed messages, snapping at people, rewriting the entire rota at 1 a.m, or just sitting in silence staring at the ceiling, waiting for that clarity that doesn't come. Hospitality makes this worse because the crises happen in real time. You don't get to pause and regroup, service goes on. And because you're the leader, everyone's looking at you. You're supposed to have the answers while your brain is quietly screaming. That's why I built the crisis recovery plan. It's not about avoiding problems, it's about giving yourself a way to respond with clarity instead of chaos. This is the document that saved me from spirals and the steps that still save me now. Step 1, what happened? You have to be specific. You have to write the problem down as if you were explaining it to somebody else. When you name it clearly, your brain stops inflating it into something bigger. It's no longer a fog, it's a defined event. Step 2, what triggered it? Was it poor planning, unclear systems, a bad supplier, or something else? Going deeper than what happened to why it happened stops you from getting trapped in blame or shame. Step 3, what am I feeling right now? Angry, guilty, frustrated, panicked, numb. Tick it, write it, whatever fits. This step matters because you can't think clearly through emotions that you haven't acknowledged. Naming them gives you somewhere to go. Step 4, what's in my control versus what's out of my control. Split the page. On one side, list what you can control, and on the other, what you can't. This is where panic turns into perspective. It's simple, but it's powerful because you instantly see what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Step 5, what's the actual impact? Be honest, not catastrophic, not dismissive. Write the real financial hit, the morale impact, the time lost. Seeing it in writing stops the mental loop that keeps shouting, everything's ruined. Step 6, my immediate recovery plan. Now you're grounded enough to act. You can ask what needs to happen in the next 24 hours, what needs to happen over the next 3 to 5 days. Who do I need to speak to, staff, suppliers, or customers, and what support do I need from others? It's practical, structured, and it keeps you from reacting emotionally when you're already overloaded. Step 7, what can I learn from this? You should ask yourself, if I could go back a week, what would I change? What system, policy, or habit could stop this from happening again? What's the key takeaway that I want to remember? And then end it with the document's final line, the one that always grounds me. You're not a failure. This is part of running a business. What matters now is how you respond with clarity, calm, and control. That last line used to make me cry when I first started using this tool because it was the first time I'd ever given myself permission not to be perfect. I use this plan 3 ways. Mid-shift, when something goes wrong in real time and you can feel the panic rising. You can't walk away for long, but you can step aside for 60 seconds, breathe, and jot down what's in and out of your control. That pause stops you saying or doing something that you'll regret. I use it late at night when your head is racing and you're replaying everything that happened instead of lying there trying to suppress it. I get up, I open the plan, and I write. It's my way of telling my brain, we've captured it, and you can rest now. And post-conflict or setback, once the dust settles, I go back through the plan to learn from it. It stops the blame cycle and it helps me reset my leadership energy before the next day. But recovery doesn't end when the crisis does. That's where reflection starts and where the next document, the monthly reflections and wins log, comes in. So once the storm has passed, the temptation is to just move straight on. Next month, new menu, new chaos. If you don't stop to reflect, you carry the crisis residue forward. And that's where the monthly reflection and wins log comes in. It's a tool designed to help you stop, reflect, and reset before the next month steamrolls in. It starts simple. What were your biggest wins? What felt heavy or hard? What surprised you? And what did you handle better than last month? These questions sound basic, but they create something most leaders never give themselves: context. Without it, you'll forget how much you've already overcome. You lose sight of growth because all you see is what's still not fixed. When I first started using this, I realized how much I'd improved without noticing. Crises that would have flattered me months before barely dented me. I could feel the difference. This part tracks your energy. When did you feel most in flow? When did you feel drained or disconnected? What boundaries did you hold and which ones slipped? It helps you see the patterns, the parts of your month that energize you versus the ones that deplete you. And that awareness is where you start to make better decisions. Because crisis recovery isn't about fixing problems, it's about learning how to protect your energy so that you don't reach crisis as often. There's also a section for your financial and operational snapshot: revenue, labor costs, GPs, retention, time off. But the key is to track it with context, not just with numbers, but how those numbers felt. Did the wins come from sustainable systems or burnout? Did costs drop because you were efficient or because you were stretched too thin? That's how you connect data with well-being, and that's what most leaders miss. Here's where you turn insight into intention. If nothing else improves next month, I want to. One system or habit I want to strengthen is. What I want to protect more of in my life next month is fill in the blank. Then it asks, if I start to feel overwhelmed, I'll remind myself blank. That one line has saved me countless times because leadership overwhelm isn't about weakness, it's about being human. Having a line written down, ready for when your brain starts spiraling, can be the difference between meltdown and control. The biggest part of my recovery, beyond journaling, beyond documents, was communication. When I finally started saying out loud, I'm not okay right now, something shifted. When I told my partner what I was worried about, it lost its grip on me. And when I spoke honestly to my managers about what was hard, we found solutions faster. You don't have to fix everything alone. You just have to stop pretending that you're the only one who feels it. And that's what these documents do. They give you a language. They help you translate overwhelm into something that you can communicate to yourself and to others. How this fits into the Lead Well framework. Everything I've shown you today ties back into my Lead Well framework. Look inward, notice what's happening in your head and heart before reacting. Establish rhythm, use structured reflection to stay grounded through chaos. Align your energy, recognize where you're burning out and what refuels you. Direct with clarity, turn lessons into systems so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. That's the foundation of sustainable leadership. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness, rhythm, and recovery. So let's bring it all together. When things go wrong, your brain wants control, but what it really needs is clarity. The Crisis Recovery Plan helps you turn panic into a process, and the monthly reflections and wins log helps you process, learn, and grow. And communication helps you grounded enough to see that you were never alone in it. At my lowest, I thought I was the only one who'd ever felt like this, that the universe had singled me out. But I wasn't special, I was just human. And once I started confronting that, writing it, speaking it, and sharing it, I realized I didn't have to face it alone. That shift didn't fix everything, but it stopped the downward crashes. It put me back on the straight and narrow. And from there, I could finally start building something better. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe. It helps me, it helps the channel, and it helps people like us find the content that really matters. And as always, I'd like to remind you that you matter too. Don't forget that.